what's up, everybody? This is Fred Richani of TSC News, here to rapidly recap TJ Dillashaw versus Dominick Cruz, UFC Fight Night 81 in Boston, Massachusetts, broadcast live on Fox Sports 1, January 17th, 2016, technically January 18th, 2016, because like a lot of FS1 events, this UFC event ran long, but it had a satisfying ending because at the end of the night, it was the return of the bantamweight king. Dominick Cruz regains the UFC Bantamweight Championship, fighting a great fight. For the most part, fighting his fight, being elusive, countering, even got a few takedowns on TJ Dillashaw to win via split decision. The fight was excellent. I mean, I wouldn't say it was... Actually, you know what? In its own way, it was kind of like Robbie Lawler and Carlos Condit. Granted, it didn't have the same fifth round as that fight, but just, technically speaking, beautiful technique. Two of the very best in their weight class, two of the very best in the world, and it was just an absolute pleasure to watch. The scores were 48-47, 46-49, and 49-46. I personally had it rounds 1, 2, and 3 for Cruz, and rounds 4 and 5 for Dillashaw. The last couple rounds, Dillashaw really poured it on, hit him with some stiff leg kicks. Dominick Cruz noticeably slowing down, breathing from his mouth. At times, you worry. Guy's been laid off for 16 months, hasn't fought a full 5-round fight, let alone a 3-round fight, and God knows how long. 3 years? 4 years? It's nuts. I mean, maybe he's in danger of being knocked out. You know how his leg's going to hold up. You know how his cardio's going to hold up. He was limping too, and Joe Rogan, a lot of fans thought, hey, maybe it's the leg kicks, but Dominick Cruz revealed after the fight that it wasn't the leg kicks, but his foot was injured in camp, and it's apparently torn in half, which doesn't sound good. So hopefully that doesn't mean that Cruz is injured for a long time. Hopefully the medical suspension isn't like a year or something, or 2 years or whatever. You just never know. But just an incredible story. He thanked his camp at Alliance. He thanked his mom. Just what a wonderful story. This is a great comeback story. I mean, Eric Berry, that story in NFL is great. In MMA, Dominick Cruz coming back. My God, find me another comeback fighter of the year for 2016, better than Dominick Cruz. Just amazing. He set the standard, and he said a quote here, which is really interesting. He said, there's no such thing as rust. Rust is when you don't train hard enough. Now, Brian Stan, and I'm sure other UFC fighters would disagree, but man, he set a standard for fighters coming off of long layoffs that I don't think will ever be touched. Just an incredible performance. TJ Dillashaw is nothing to be ashamed of, and I pray that Dominick Cruz is not too hurt, because I would love to see an immediate rematch. Frankly speaking, I think an immediate rematch is warranted. Would it be cool to do Cruz versus Faber 3? I guess so, for old time's sake, especially for longtime WEC fans. But, to me, Cruz, Dillashaw, that's the fight to make in the bantamweight division. I will say this, though. This event went way too long. It's been a reoccurring theme with UFC events on FS1 and on free TV in general. It's nuts, okay? If I set my DVR, let's just say I'm just a regular fan. If I set my DVR for the event's duration, okay, maybe I extend it by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever, it should finish within that window, all right? I realize some fights go to decision here and there, whatever, but they got to do something about the pacing of these events. You know what? Take a fight off the main card then. But I think it's inexcusable to ask people, MMA fans, on a regular basis, almost a bi-weekly, monthly basis, to stay up this late to watch your fights, especially in pay-per-views in general. Usually last up till 1 a.m. And that's fine because you're paying for it, and it's premium content. It's typically a longer event, but I don't know. I just thought the event kind of dragged on, but definitely a satisfying conclusion. We had the co-main event, Eddie Alvarez getting arguably the biggest win of his career over Anthony Showtime Pettis via split decision. 29-28, 28-29, 29-28. Solid fight. Nothing spectacular. I mean, Anthony Pettis did some work on the feet, but he did get taken down by Eddie Alvarez. He was grinded out. Eddie Alvarez kind of employing the same game plan as Clay Guida did in his fight with Pettis, as well as Rafael dos Anjos. He got the win via split decision here. And Eddie Alvarez calling out the champ, whoever that may be, come UFC 197, and I guess we'll see what happens. If it were me, I'd book Eddie Alvarez versus Tony Ferguson, and the winner of that fight will get the winner of McGregor versus Dos Anjos. Also, while I am happy for Eddie Alvarez's success, back-to-back wins in the UFC over the likes of Gilbert Melendez and Anthony Pettis, I really feel like he just hasn't had that standout performance yet that makes fans want to pay to see him. And no, I don't blame him at this stage of his career, fighting killers like Donald Cerrone, Gilbert Melendez, Anthony Pettis, for fighting a little safe, not being able to do the same things he did in Bellator and in Dream. But it just would be nice to see an exciting performance with the win for Eddie Alvarez in order for him to really line up that title shot. We'll see what happens. I interviewed him very early in his career when he was in Bellator, covered a lot of his fights. Really nice guy, good family man. So it would be nice to see him get in line for a title shot, but I think he needs one more big fight, one more big win, and hopefully, for his sake, one with spectacular finishing ability. We had Travis Browne take on Matt Mitrione. He defeated him via TKO in round number 3, 409. This fight was just an abomination of mixed martial arts officiating. Travis Browne poked Matt Mitrione in the eye, not once, but twice. And I understand groin shots are accidental sometimes, and you could make the argument eye pokes are accidental, but you know what? How about you fight with your hands closed, not with your hands freaking open, leading into somebody's eye? And John Jones tweeted online, "Oh, Travis Browne using the my favorite technique." That's not really funny, okay? Because I'm pretty sure if somebody poked John Jones in the eye and made his freaking eye swell up like a tumor, like freaking Matt Mitrione's did, okay, and it put his career in jeopardy, I don't think he'd be laughing about that. And it was pathetic that Travis Browne didn't get a point deducted. It was pathetic that the doctors didn't stop the fight, although, you know what, Matt Mitrione claimed he could see. All right, whatever. But to me, one eye poke, all right, maybe you don't take a point. Two eye pokes, how do you not take a point? And if it delays the fight again, you can make the argument he could have disqualified Travis Browne. But no. So Travis Browne hit some good shots. Matt Mitrione wasn't the same. He took him down. And then he started blatantly hitting him in the back of the head. And he kept hitting him, and he kept hitting him. And the ref was, I don't know what the hell the ref was doing, but was just chilling, had his thumb up his ass. And then finally he was like, you know what? Maybe I should stop this fight. So he did. And Travis Browne, in cheating fashion, gets the win. So there you go. I feel terrible for Matt Mitrione. Poor guy. He's a free agent. His eye is swollen as hell. It was disgusting. Don't seek out picks if you get squeamish very easily. But yeah, I feel real bad for him. Hopefully one championship or Bellator will give him a nice offer so UFC can match it or not match it. Because, yeah, tough way to go out if this is his last UFC fight. We had Francisco Trinaldo beat Ross Pearson via decision. Decent fight. Patrick Cote beat Ben Saunders via TKO. Punches in the second round. Ed Herman, blast from the past, right? Still alive and kicking, doing his thing. Beat Tim Boetsch via TKO, knee and punches. Round number 2. And we had Paul Felder make a nice comeback against Daron Cruickshank via submission, rear naked choke, round number 3. So overall, pretty entertaining show. I thought the main card was all over the place. The main event definitely made it. The rest of the main card was up and down. Prelims weren't bad, so you should go out of your way to see a few of those fights. But definitely go out of your way to see the main event. Excellent fight. What a great way to kick off 2016. Carlos Condit, Robbie Lawler, tremendous fight. I mean, UFC 195 from top to bottom was a pretty awesome card. And then you get Cruz versus Dillashaw, and knock on wood if Cruz is healthy, an immediate rematch. Well, presumably an immediate rematch. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'll tell you who wins here. Fans like us that love watching mixed martial arts. But folks, I want to hear from you. What did you think about UFC Fight Night Boston? Who do you think won the fight, Cruz or Dillashaw? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us. Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this update, please click the like button. Please share this with all your friends. And until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the fights and don't forget to subscribe.